morning, peeps. Welcome to another vlog. We have not worked together in a while, been in the same truck in a while. It's something that is now a very nice pleasure. Before it was like an everyday thing, if you know what I'm saying. What we're about to do is we're heading out to a job site. Yeah. There's a fly in here, I don't know. So we're heading out to a job site. Today we're gonna be doing just a little bit of maintenance essentially. There's one daycare that we specifically go to where annually they hire us to come in and snake the drains because they've noticed that over time, when the maintenance doesn't take place, you have major backups in the basement, unfortunately. So this is something that has been reoccurring for years in this one spot. So because they know it well, they say, you know, a couple of times a year, we need you guys to just come in, just schedule it. Come in, snake the drains for us, make sure they're clear so that they don't run into any issues down the road, which is a really responsible thing on their end because there's more damage done if it does back up. And you gotta consider they do have a finished basement in there, so that means they're gonna have to rip out carpets, they're gonna have to rip out hardwood floors if they have it, etc. So peeps, let's get to work, let's have some fun. Oh, and by the way, peeps, you know what to do, baby. Let's go do some delicious plumbing. So peeps, I wanted to briefly run through what we're doing here inside this unit. Why are we snaking the drain from two different areas? And what sort of problems do they actually run into on an annual basis so that you understand why we do this annual cleaning? So peeps, now that I've drawn it out, I want to show you what exactly we're looking at here. So the very first place that we start snaking from is from the floor drain inside the mechanical room. And the second area that we snake from is from a powder room. This is the water closet right here, and this is the vanity right there. Now what you're gonna notice is that there is this box right here in the corner, which is where we do the snaking from. This is actually a backwater valve. If you look up above, I did a vlog on a backwater valve installation. What a backwater valve essentially is, it's a valve that stops sewage water when there's a surcharge taking place. What that means is the sewers outside take on so much load that it ends up backing up into all the units that those sewers are servicing, in other words. So a backwater valve will activate when the water comes back into the unit so that the bottom floors, the basements in those units, do not get flooded, which they've had happen on multiple occasions here in this unit right here. So this is the drain plan, and what a drain plan is a bird's eye view of what's happening inside the units. And we also have a kitchenette, I should say, now that I remember, which also ties in here, just like that. What we do is we come in a couple of times and we snake from a couple of areas. We try to go as far as we can up the line so that we can snake downstream the majority of the line. So we start at this floor drain right here and we throw our snake into it and we snake this area all the way here to where the sewer goes, basically, all right? And then what we do is we open up the back water valve and we snake from this area here out to the sewer as well, because what we've noticed in the past is there are a couple of different areas that kind of add to the clogging issue of this area. One is where the back water valve is, and the second one is where the floor drain is. We have never had an issue with the kitchen right over here, which is why we didn't opt to snake through it. And the reason why we didn't go through the water closet is because the back water valve provides us a really easy access into the drain for us to snake as well. So as you're going to notice in this video, what I do in the latter part of the video is I put something in called a flood stop for the floor drain. Now, kind of like a back water valve, which is a trap door that activates when the water comes in the opposite direction of flow, you have flood stops for floor drains. A flood stop essentially is a plug that goes into a floor drain that allows the floor drain to be open until water pushes the flood stop back into position, in which case it seals off because everything is rubber inside. One way that water can come up in a basement is through a floor drain. If the surcharge happens from the sewer, if the sewer takes on too much load for whatever reason, let's say the sewer is clogged itself, what's going to happen in the sewer is all the water is going to start coming back up the line. And if the backwater valve activates, we're in good shape. It won't be able to get through the water closet. It won't be able to get through the vanity. So water will continue to search for areas for it to go. It'll try coming up to the kitchen sink. But remember, by the time it gets up to the kitchen sink, it means that also the stack is filled up that high. And we haven't yet had an opportunity for water to come out of the kitchen sink. In other words, whenever there has been a surcharge, usually it ends up sorting itself out before it gets as high as the kitchen sink. But the other place that it can get to easily is the floor drain, because remember, the floor drain is not as high as the kitchen sink. The floor drain's on the floor. So as soon as water starts to come back to the floor drain, that's a perfect place for the water to come up and spill out, which is what they've had happen in the past, which is why they opted to do this operation of cleaning, first of all, and also to add a flood stop as well. The flood stop stops it, kind of like a back water valve does, and it's designed specifically for floor drains themselves. I hope this made sense. Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get back to the vlog.